What up, athletes? Whoop, whoop. All right, last one of the year for our review for our final. This is just a quick trig prep review. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but just want to make sure you guys are ready. All right, just a few questions to go through. Get my calculator out here. All right, always, please, guys, identify the hypotenuse. Boom. If it's labeled anyway. So we've got a hypotenuse. Just identify the labeled sides. I've had some students that keep identifying all three sides, but it helps if you only identify the labeled sides. You'll see why. So this is adjacent to that angle. All right, so I've got my hypotenuse and adjacent. I'm going to go up here and remind myself to write SOHCAHTOA. And what do I have? I have hypotenuse and adjacent. Well, the only one that deals with the adjacent and the hypotenuse is CA. It's my cosine equals adjacent over a hypotenuse, so I know that the cosine of 28 degrees is equal to my adjacent x over my hypotenuse 11, which means when I solve it out, x is going to equal 11 times the cosine of 28 degrees, right? Let's do that. Cosine 28, and we get 9 point, and it says round the nearest tenth, so 9.7. Boom. Got it. Awesome. Let's go down here. If the sun is 56 degrees above the horizon, find the length of the shadow cast by a building 93 feet tall. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Well, at the end of the day, it's already drawn for you. We just need to find our x here, so let's label our sides. We've got adjacent and we've got opposite. What's the only one of these that deals with adjacent and opposite? It's TOA. Tangent equals opposite over adjacent, so the tangent of 56 degrees equals my opposite of 93 over my adjacent of x. Don't forget what I said. Anytime you have x in the denominator of one of these problems, to solve for x, we're going to get x equals the length of 93 divided by whatever the trig function is, which is tangent of 56 degrees. Okay? So when you do that, let's see, 93 divided by the tangent of 56, right? Which, again, rounding to the nearest tenth, is 62.7 feet. So the length of the shadow is 62.7 feet. Sweet. All right, let's move on. Find x, round your answer to the nearest tenth of a degree. Okay, so again, I have opposite and I have adjacent. And the one that deals with that is TOA, right? Tangent equals opposite over adjacent. So I know that the tangent of x is equal to 26 over 19, which means my x is equal to the inverse tangent of 26 over 19, which rounds to the nearest tenth. 26 divided by 19, correct? Yes. That equals 53.8 degrees, approximately. 53.8 degrees. Boom. Solve the right triangle. Let's look. All right, again, I have an angle. I have an opposite. Here's my hypotenuse. I have an opposite right here. I have a hypotenuse across from the 90 degree, and I have an adjacent to the angle I'm given, right? So if that's true, listen, we got to solve for two unknowns. We're going to do one at a time. I'm going to use what I'm given to solve for my adjacent. Well, that's opposite over adjacent, so that's tangent of 50 is equal to 21 over A, which means my A is going to equal 21 over tangent 50, rounded to the nearest tenth. Divided by the tangent of 50, which is approximately 17.6. Okay? And then for my C, check it out. So I'm going to use my opposite again because I was given that and that's an exact measure. So I'm going to use my hypotenuse and opposite. Which one used that? So this one was TOA. Which one uses hypotenuse and opposite? Well, that's sine, or so, right? And I get that the sine of 50 equals my opposite, which is 21, over my hypotenuse of C. So I know that C is going to equal 21 over sine 50, right? Remember what I said, it's always that measure divided by the trig function. So 21 divided by the sine of 50, which is 27.4. Oh, excuse me. Boom. Got two answers. All right. Well, that's it. So with that said, peace out.